So our top 5 this week is our top 5 horror movies in the snow. So they take place in winter and there's snow on the ground. And I made sure I should have put this out there, to specifically not pick Christmas movies. Just movies that are set specifically with snow on the ground or in wintertime where there's snow. It doesn't have to necessarily be central to the film, but there's snow everywhere because it's taking place in the winter.
Right.
With the snow on the ground, so be it. But I just
try to make it significant to the film, if not, at least something a part of it, right?
Yeah, so I tried to stay away from the Christmas movies because that was the easy way to go. And I said, no, let me see what I can dig up. And I did some research online, and some of them I had one or two of them I had forgotten, not necessarily forgotten about, but I didn't think of. So I think I got a good list here. So let's well, hopefully Joe can catch up and he can catch up because this way we keep moving. So my number 5, which is probably technically not considered a horror movie, but it kind of, I don't know. It was on the middle for me. Like it's either whether it's a drama, but what happens in it is kind of horrific. So for me, number 5, I put Fargo.
Oh, look at that! How about that? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not going to get any more snow than Fargo.
No, not at all.
Freezing. I mean, because you think about it, the killing, the guy putting the freaking body through the freaking wood chipper and everything. I mean, whew. I mean, I don't know if that's under the horror banner, but I would consider it because it was fucked up, you know.
It was a shocker too when it.
Yeah,
it's the first thing a lot of people think of with that movie, and you got to understand it, right?
Yeah, so I threw that on. I said, you know what, because I'm specifically was trying to stay away from the Christmas films because that would have been easy. We'll save that for. We'll do a good Christmas top 5 when Christmas comes around.
Yeah. Okay, so that was your number 5. My number 5, we've talked about this before, at least when it came to the prequel, but that's the problem. I wish we weren't also tied to the internet because I think we hear about stuff before we've even seen it. And I think the people that maybe didn't like this movie was because maybe they heard stuff on the internet. But my number 5 is Orphan. You know, Orphan with Esther, the girl.
Was there snow on the ground? I would have picked that.
Remember the death? Remember how the movie ends on the
shit
on the lake with the ice?
With the ice, I didn't even think of that. Good call.
It's in the snow.
I thought that was. I love Orphanage. I haven't seen the prequel yet. I have to go see the prequel.
See the prequel because it's different in a good way. I really like the prequel too. I probably prefer the first movie, but it's still very good to watch. But yeah, but Esther, the girl character, it's just so damn cool. And if you even haven't seen it, I'm sure you've obviously heard kind of the twist with it. But
yeah,
if you haven't, still give it a shot though. Or if you have, just at least watch it. It's very good. It held my attention. So yeah, number 5 is Orphan.
Yeah, Orphan. I remember because what the hell's her name in it? I love her. She's so cute. The mom from Bates Motel. I'm drawing a blank on her name.
Vera Farmiga.
And she liked her because she played Elaine Warren, my wife, because she likes all the paranormal films. So I remember a scene. I'm like, oh, look who's in it. Let's watch this. And we watched it, and we're totally not expecting that twist at the end of her being the little kid. We were just completely baffled. Oh, the adult rather, because we thought she was the little kid, and the twist was she was actually an adult. So yeah, it was a surprising thing because we watched it. We were just like, wow, we never saw that coming. Not at all.
Yeah, especially when she watches her and Peter Skarsgård like going at it in the kitchen.
Going at it, yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry, I got Vera Farmiga. They ain't know in hell I'm cheating on you because I just always had a thing for her. Always did.
Those eyes, and she's got
and the sister too was real cute too.
Oh yeah, she's good too. I forgot about her.
Yeah, her sister's good to go too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So my number 4. Now this might be a curveball, but I think I've mentioned this movie once before. So for me, Set in the Snow, it's a Canadian film. It also has an alumni from one of my favorite films from Black Christmas, and she's actually the girl that's actually in the rocking chair, Miss Lynn Griffith. It's a movie called Curtains.
Oh, no kidding. Curtains. I've heard of
Remember Curtains?
I don't even know if I've seen it, Pat.
Curtains is like it's a Canadian film, and they all go like to this mansion, and they're supposed to be trying out for this role, and there's a killer killing them off one by one. And the guy that's doing the auditions is the hell's his name? I'm drawing a blank on his real name, but he played Dean Wormer in Animal House.
Really?
He was in it. Yeah, I'm drawing a complete blank on his name. But Curtains is good because Curtains is cool because it has a real iconic scene where they're out and there's it's a frozen lake, and the killer is on skates skating with this big like scythe, like a big giant sickle with this, and it had this really grotesque old woman mask on it.
Early to mid 80s?
It was the early 80s.
Oh my god, look at that face. Yeah.
You see the mask, how grotesque looking it is?
It looks so weird.
Yeah, it's a good it's a B horror film. It's a Canadian B horror film, sort of like Black Christmas. It's not as good as Black Christmas, because Black Christmas is much better. But definitely it's a lot of fun. And so that was
this movie looks like it's got 80s nudity in it too.
It does. It definitely does. So that is my number 4. Oh, Rob's seen it. Yeah, Curtains. Good film. And I actually revisited a couple of years back. I had I forget why, but I was going through and I saw some horror stuff and I saw Curtains. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that movie probably in 20 some odd years. Yeah, it was 1980. Yep.
Yeah, look at that face.
Yeah, it's just a grotesque mask. It's just like an old grotesque face. That was the thing as a kid, but I remember seeing it because I remember renting it from my horror movie days of going renting VHS tapes and seeing that grotesque. Actually, on the cover of the VHS, actually probably should have put this on my VHS cover list. It's that face, but it's drawn out and it's like stretched. It's kind of really weird looking. And that's when I first saw it, and definitely cool.
It's streaming on Peacock, is that right?
Hey, I like that. Well, hey there. First time here, was browsing some new content to listen to and stumbled upon y'all. Good, hang out. Hope you like
thanks.
it. We've been on for 2 hours and 12 minutes. We ranked the Scream films. We reviewed Major League. We did all the crazy shit we watched. Now we're doing our top five horror movies. Bless you. Top 5 horror movies in the snow. So Curtains is my number 4. What say you is your number 4?
Okay. Well, I'm glad to see Curtains is on Peacock. I'll check that out later. Anyways,
Black Christmas is one of my favorite films, Lito. One of my next to Halloween with me. God, I love that movie.
This one might be lower for you, but it's significant because of the climax of the film, and that's The Shining. Easily, it's a big part.
It's on my list.
Yeah,
it's going to show up. It's going to be on my list. A few people threw some stuff out there that is definitely going to. John Vernon, thank you.
Oh, Stefan, Snowpiercer. I don't call it as much horror, but that's a very good film.
Which one?
Snowpiercer. Chris Evans. Good film.
I saw that and I thought of that, but then I'm like, I saw all these and I'm like, I want to go with these. But yeah, I actually like the TV show. I watched the TV show for a while, Snowpiercer. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't stick with it. I should have, because it was actually pretty entertaining.
Okay.
But since she was a creepy, yeah, the score in Curtains was pretty creepy, so it made it even worse. I mean, not worse, but much more creepy. The effect, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, wow, so far two of my next 3 I haven't been listed yet. Yes, that's a good sign.
Chucky had snow in it. I don't remember that.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Okay.
If it did, good call, Stefan. I did not. I don't remember that.
38% Rotten Tomatoes for Curtains, but that don't matter. It's a horror film, for crying out loud.
Doesn't mean shit. I mean, for Christ's sake, I mean, I don't go by that. Yeah, the TV show was good. I liked it. I should have stuck with it.
On a side note, did we talk about the sandwich that I had yesterday after the sports show, which I had to send it to Sean Clark if you watch his fair video?
No.
So Shaq opened up his chicken restaurant here, the big chicken restaurant, right?
Shaq did?
Yeah. And there's, I think, 7 or 8 of them in the country. So I think the closest one to you, I think there's one in the city in Manhattan. There's definitely one in Philly, but it's next to a Stan's Donuts, which is becoming an up-and-coming franchise. I don't know if those are outside of Chicago, but they did a chicken and donut sandwich, so the bun's the glazed donut.
Really?
Like, you're going to fucking feel it. And sure enough, I did feel it. It was very good, but that's just too much. Because they put, like, this maple glaze on top of the sandwich. And I took my son there. My son's like, Dad, that doesn't look good. I'm like, thanks a lot. 8 years old. He's playing NBA Jam for free behind him.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. Child's Play remake. Yeah, there was snow on the ground.
Yeah. You know what though? If this wasn't horror films we were talking, or if it was non-horror films, we'll put Violent Night on there. We all love Violent Night, or at least you.
Yeah. I thought, like, we'll save like a Christmas themed one for come December.
So you did. Wait, you did your 4. Number 4?
My number 4, yeah, my number 4 was curtains.
Curtains. Okay, so now we're at number 3, right?
Hmm.
You're going. Are you first, right? Or no?
Oh, so your number 4 was
The Shining.
The Shining. That's right. Yeah, because I said it's going to appear on my list. So my number 3 is, of course, you got to have Misery.
I should have had Misery on here because I love Misery.
I mean, for God's sake, he crashes because he's sliding on snow and he's left in the snowbank, and that's how she finds him. Yes, and he's tucked away in that cabin in the woods with all the snow and everything. So that was actually the first one that came to mind. So I was trying to actually, no, I'm wrong. It was the second one that came to mind. So I was trying to figure out where all these things were going to place. But yeah, Misery, number 3.
Hey, Joe or Lurch, we're right there, man. We can't wait for age 45 too, buddy. So yeah.
Lurch, he's back. I thought he went to bed.
Oh, The Captive. Yeah, with Ryan Reynolds. I remember
No,
that.
I've said it a million times, but oh yeah, Lurch, man, we're gonna be hanging out and having a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I thought you went to bed. Thanks for still being around,
Pat. I think you saw this film, and my number 3 is it's a very underrated Josh Hartnett film called 30 Days of Night. Did you guys ever see that film?
I have not.
Alaska, where he's the Alaskan policeman.
I know the film, but I admittedly have not seen it. Is it good?
It's very, very underrated, in my opinion. Some people might not like it, but
I know if I have not seen it. Yep.
For a vampire film, oh, so good. I liked it a lot. It's probably one of the last real good things he's done. He hasn't really,
I don't think he's really done anything. I mean,
he's done this Showtime show, that Penny Dreadful or whatever. Well, Faculty was around H2O time.
Yeah, it was both around there, and I really don't know anything else he really did, but
Pat, yeah, if you haven't seen it, I'd be curious to see what you think. It's very good.
Oh, no, I've heard of the film, but I have not seen it. Dead Snow is fun. I did not see Dead Snow. Ryan has it in his top 5 vampire flicks.
Oh, that's nice, Ryan. Cool.
What else? The Captive with Ryan Reynolds. Nice. Well, hey there. We go live we're live every Sunday night, 8 Eastern.
Yeah, we like the live. We like the live shit.
We have a couple of beers and something that should take us an hour. It takes us 3 hours. So we're here all night long.
Yeah, it's fun. We're not, it's laid back stuff. All these guys that are on with us here, they're cool. They're cool cats. We just talk. It's like we're all friends here, just talking away about film.
Yeah. And we'll be live tomorrow night too. We're live on Monday nights at 8:00. We usually do a movie watch along. Tomorrow night we're doing Major League. We do we're mostly horror, as you can see, but tomorrow night we do one comedy a month, and tomorrow night we're doing one of our favorites, Major League.
In a way, that's kind of how Pat and I got to know each other. When he had his first show, I was chatting away, and then sure enough, I went on the show with him, and I really hit him off, and we became arguably the closest friends we are. So
yeah. I mean, we talk several times a week. His wife's got to hate me by now.
Oh, you kidding? She don't hate you. She hates a lot of other people. She don't hate you for sure. So
how do I get my wife to not hate me like that then?
Poltergeist 3. Southwest is all here. Oh, Poltergeist 3. Yeah,
was there still a Poltergeist 3? I mean, I know it was set in
Chicago.
It was set in that apartment building, and Nancy Allen had that really short hair, which I hated because God, I loved Nancy Allen. She just did not look good in the short hair. And Joe just said, "I'm sorry, fellas. Shit is still down. He's still trying to get back on." All right, let's see if he can. Southwest, what's up?
Yes,
awesome. Yeah, Misery, just a great film. Cramp. Yeah, Cramp is like I should have made it clear and said let's try to stay away from any type of Christmas related film. But that's absolutely
snow and viable. Christmas go together, so it's
I figured because we can do like a Christmas thing, in December, which the way this summer's going, December's right around the corner, man. This time is just flying. But for me, so I said number 4 was my curtains. Number 3, I said Misery, and you said the Shining.
30 Days of Night.
Oh, you said 30 Days of Night. I'm sorry. I'm getting
Orphan, The Shining, 30 Days of Night were my 5.
So my number 2, which I'm sure is going to be on Brady's list too. So I tackled what I wanted to put as number 1, but number 1 is a lot, as much as I love this one, number 1 is a lot more sentimental because it was a little bit earlier and it just fascinated me and scared the shit out of me when I first saw it. But number 2 is John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes,
how could you not have that on a list of horror movies set in snow. I mean, for
Pat,
Christ's sake, they're in Antarctica, for Christ's sake.
we'll do it as a group here. It's my number 2 as well. It's the premise. It's a pretty part of the movie. It's where's it set, right? What's
in
going
Antarctica.
on?
You're at the top of the world. It's fucking cold as balls up there. Not balls. Balls aren't even. Well, I mean, up there are no balls because they're probably inside you.
Cold balls, cold balls, cold balls.
They're crawling right up inside you like a freaking snail, like a turtle. Hold on one second. Let me see where I'm checking on the chat. The only thing about Krampus. Not to get off topic. I liked Krampus, but I wasn't over the moon about it. It was okay.
Krampus is
it was okay.
I gotta watch it again. I remember like
yeah. To me, I think it needs a rewatch on my end because I watched it. I'm like, yeah, it was okay, and I think I maybe sort of second time around, but I'm like, maybe I'll give it a revisit. I didn't dislike it, but I wasn't over the moon about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, The Thing. And if you guys new to the channel or anybody that didn't realize it, we just did a Thing watch along last week.
A lot of fun
with our good buddy who was in the chat earlier, the Everscathe, our buddy Bill.
Bill, yes.
Bill joined us and we had a great time. Yep. Salem's Lot in the snow? Was that set in the wintertime?
Here's the thing with Salem's Lot. I didn't see it all together. I've ever seen it all together at once. I've caught it in like sections and I pieced it together that way.
It's been a minute. I have to go back and watch. What is the
Lito says it right. I remember that being the whole thing. Like Krampus has a lot of merchandise too. You know, they went crazy on that license too.
I do like it. I didn't dislike it, but I was, like I said, I wasn't over the moon. Maybe I'm gonna go back and give it a rewatch because I've only watched it maybe once or twice. But
Christmas horror, I think, can be touched a little bit more. We don't see as much, maybe because of the reasons.
Stefan's on fire. I forgot about this one. I could kick myself in the ass for that too. Terror Train. Good call. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Has anybody said my number 1? I'm shocked. I don't think anybody has.
Oh, all right. Well, you know what? We'll go right through because
you and I were number 2 together. We talked about the thing together.
With the Thing, and my number 1, you already mentioned it. And for me, it's one of my favorite horror films. So that's the first one I thought of when we talked about doing this topic. And for me, number 1 is The Shining.
No doubt.
But you already mentioned The Shining, so I'm curious to hear. I mean, I don't need to go into it. Everybody's seen The Shining, so I'm not going to go into it. I mean, come on. Your cabin fever, 6 months, it's snowbound up there. Just we never did a review of The Shining, and we have never done a watch along either.
I got to watch it. Yeah, I want to watch it again, too. If we do a watch along, I probably would want to watch it before we did the watch it before we did the actual.
And somebody, I think Stefan threw it in earlier. Dr. Sleep, yeah.
Dr. Sleep was good too.
And want to talk about very rarely do you see a sequel to a film as iconic as The Shining, where the sequel is absolutely amazing. Because people can say what they want, but the Dr. Sleep as a follow-up to The Shining, I'll defend that all day long. It was great, absolutely amazing.
What was it? Was it when Sean Clark was talking to all the agents when they were talking about Shelley Duvall? Do you remember? Did you watch that where they were talking about if they had her at a convention, it wouldn't be as smooth because she
looks like 30 miles of bad road. She makes me look attractive.
She's very sweet, but she's just not all there. Or something.
Well, she's a little bit wacky from what I understand. She's kind of got a little bit off the deep end, and she makes me sexy. Put it that way. I should stand next to her.
What was it? Yeah, when it was. She's like, I haven't watched the movie forever. I can't remember any of it. And then she started spatting out lines. She's like, well, that's because Stanley Kubrick does like 100 takes.
Let's check the chat purposely and say, because I guess you figure we both had The Thing on there, of course.
Yeah.
Ever watched Room 237? The Doc? No, I know of it, but I have not seen it. I do have to go back and watch that. Yeah, I've seen. I've seen it there, and I have to go check it out.
See, yeah, I was just thinking,
Pat.
Even though,
oh god, I love The Shining.
See, Pat, my number 1, is
what you? Yeah, I'm curious.
It is a Christmas. It is a Christmas film, but I didn't think it was much of a Christmas film. It's Gremlins because I love Gremlins. I grew up on the movie. Gremlins has got snow all over the place. Yeah, come on. The gremlins out and about, and then they're in the snow, and then they put the dog. Remember, they hang the dog up in the lights.
I was this close to putting Gremlins on there, but I knew it had the Christmas theme behind it. And albeit it's funny you did that because we probably should have specified let's stay away from
Yeah.
Christmas, but we didn't. But everything you had on your list wasn't Christmas except for this. And this
Oh,
is, I mean, and to me, like, all right, I'll fire a shot and I'm gonna piss people off. Gremlins is not Christmas to me, like the way I look at Die Hard. I'm sorry, it's not fucking Christmas. You can fucking come to my
yeah.
house, you can murder my family for saying this, but I'm sorry. I don't consider that a Christmas movie.
They
Sorry.
they take place around Christmas time, but they
They
don't
take,
have
place- take
Christmas
place around
elements
Christmas
to it.
time. They're
It-
not a Christmas film.
Yeah,
And I'm
what's the point
sorry
of
that people hate me for it. You're gonna
what's the point of a
unsubscribe.
Christmas story? What's the point
Whatever.
of Christmas Vacation? Yeah, everybody's take on Christmas movies is different. I call it a Christmas movie, but it doesn't celebrate Christmas. Yeah, there's kind of a couple different elements when you can
Look
at
at
Christmas movies.
what do you call it? Probably one of my favorite, funniest films of the last 10, 15 years is Why Him?
Yeah,
And it takes place around Christmas. Would I call it a Christmas movie? No, not at all. But it takes place around Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie. Sorry.
well, look at all you got, like Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon, there's Christmas in that, but are they celebrating Christmas as much? I guess, or is the main plot of the movie have anything to do with Christmas? Though, it just takes place
Yeah.
around Christmas time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, Black Christmas is because it's set on Christmas.
Yeah,
Silent Night, Deadly Night, of course. 'cause
better watch out. That
better
I
watch
call
out.
that a
Yeah,
Christmas one.
I mean, there's so much that you
We
can
didn't even
say.
put that one in there, and that's in the snow.
Yeah, but we'll have to do one around Christmas time. We'll do well. No, we never did a ranking.
Look at
Christmas
Bad
horror
Santa.
films.
Bad Santa's not in the snow because they're in nice weather places. That's not horror though. Oh,
And
man.
and like whereas Leto's spitting here, he's like, yeah, if and I tell everybody this because you have to preface things the way people take things.
Oh yeah.
Just because I don't think it's a Christmas movie doesn't
Oh,
mean I hate it.
no,
It
and-
doesn't mean you're wrong.
And I'm sorry if
You always
I
have to be you have to
Pat,
be politically correct on
and
there.
Pat, if I said it differently, I was saying there's elements. I call those movies Christmas movies because Die Hard, Lethal Weapon are two of my favorite Christmas movies. But I just say if they don't celebrate Christmas in them, really, or they're not.
That's why to me
the
when I
plot
say
line
Christmas
doesn't-
movie, it's like a Christmas story. It's like that's a Christmas movie.
Or our favorite, I think you and I have close to the same favorite Christmas movie. My favorite Christmas movie is The Ref, and it always will be.
Oh,
So-
God, the Ref. I mean, yeah,
That's a Christmas movie.
yeah, of course.
The Ref is, and please, I hope everybody in this chat has seen that movie. And if you haven't, you go and watch it right now.
I'll watch it right now. Just stop watching this and
Some
go watch
great
that.
dialogue. Dennis Leary and Kevin Spacey, but it was before the Kevin Spacey stuff. we
Before he
heard
turned
about.
into a real creep, or he was back then.
Judy
we just didn't know
Davis,
it.
Christine Baranski, who always plays a crazy lady.
All right, Kelly, you don't have the balls.
J.K. Simmons, before he really hit it big. I think it's actually his first movie.
Well, you know what? Here, top 5 horror movies. They're all set in the snow. They could be set around in December, but you're not going to sit there and say they're Christmas movies. So it's all subjective. If people want to say certain things are Christmas movies, that's cool.
Keith's got Cobra. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, Cobra. Wow. Oh, yeah. Scrooged. Of course. Yeah. Because when it's that
Pat,
central around, oh, God,
Trading Places, buddy. Trading Places.
Trading Places. Yeah. And there again, I would say, like, okay, Trading Places is a Christmas movie. Technically not. Is it got Christmas around it? Of course it does.
Yes.
Because he's dressed as Santa Claus, for God's sakes. He's all drunk.
Oh, God. Winthrop.
Winthrop.
Oh, God.
Ah. All right, that is our top 5 horror movies in the snow. I'm sure we lost people because I said Die Hard wasn't a Christmas movie.
Yeah, please don't.
Piss people off. Whatever, it's all in good fun. If you
I
think
would
it's a
probably-
Christmas movie, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what I think. Take my word for it. That's everybody in my family. Nobody gives a shit what I say.
Yeah. Oh, The Ref. Now I want to go watch The Ref.
Yeah, the Ref is such a good movie. Look, lady, your husband's not dead. He's just hiding.
I'd love to tie you to the back of a truck.
I just love all through the movie because if those that don't know when they break into the safe, it squirts out this like piss stuff, and so all through the movie, every time they're like
cat piss.
It's like what? Nothing. It smells like piss.
You know what I'm gonna buy you next Christmas, Mom, is a cross. So every time you feel unappreciated, if you could climb up to it and nail yourself to it.
That's great.
Oh God. Oh.
Thanks for watching our latest top 5 from an episode of That Horror Movie Podcast. We do That Horror Movie Podcast every Sunday night live at 8 p.m. on this channel. And every week we feature a top 5 that we all do together and share live with everybody in the chat. So if you have any ideas, by all means, drop them in the comments below. Like this video. It helps everybody find this channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And we will see you on Sunday nights.